Hello, and welcome to Talking to Food Safety Professionals. My name is Dr. Jennylynd James, and I am a food scientist with over 25 years of experience in the industry. With me today, all the way from Argentina, is Federico Sanchez. Hello, Federico.
Hello, Dr. Jennylynd. How are you?
Fine, thank you, and thank you so much for joining me today on the show. Federico is the Regional Director for Trust Guardians. So, Federico, tell me a bit about your past. How did you get started as a food scientist?
Well, thank you very much for your invitation, first of all. It's a
You're
pleasure
welcome.
for me to be here. Well, I first started many years ago. Okay, I'm not that old, but I started many years ago in my parents' company because my grandparents used to have a farm. Okay,
Okay.
and they immigrate from Italy. They
Mhm.
first get into Argentina. I'm based in Argentina, and they
Oh,
started with the farm business. Okay,
yes,
a small business, but this business at that time feed the whole family. Okay,
yes,
so my parents continue with this legacy after my grandparents died.
yes.
And then I first started working with my parents in many, many different harvesting. So, for example, I
Oh,
work with cantaloupe melons, I
yes.
work with grapes, I work with the onion, with garlic, and so on. So
Excellent.
finally, my dad, uh, he still has he owns his own business,
Yes.
and he's a great manufacturer. He's a great producer. Okay, it's a
Okay.
fresh produce. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, it's good. So I first started there, and it brought to my attention this beautiful, crazy world of food sciences. Okay,
Okay.
so after that, I studied chemistry
Yes.
in the secondary school, and I met a teacher, a very good teacher,
Yes.
that introduced me in the food sciences world.
Okay.
Okay, so I decided to move toward this direction,
Yes.
and I graduated as a food engineer in 1999. Okay.
Okay.
Then I first started working in a formal way in a pharmaceutical industry. I
Yes.
worked there for almost 5 years
Ah,
in quality, okay,
yes.
and especially in microbiology.
Yes.
And there I made my first, I could say, arms in good manufacturing practices, because at that time the good manufacturing practices were brand new to me,
Yes.
okay? So I just got into contact with this whole new world that was the practices, how to wash your hands, how
Yes.
to change your clothing, and so on. And then I quit to that company, and I started working finally in a food company. They
Oh.
manufacture grape juice concentrate, because
Ah,
here in San Juan, Argentina, we have a lot of plantation of grapes.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
a lot of surface area cultivated. Okay, and then back in 2005, I started working in SES. SES is one of the largest certification bodies and
Yes.
inspection services in the world, and I was there for, I don't know, maybe 4 years. Then I moved to a food service. It's called Aramark. I worked in a
Okay.
mining industry. It was a great experience working in a
Yes. Yes.
mine up to around 5,000 meters above sea level. That's
Oh,
crazy, in the mountain,
wow.
in the middle of a mountain.
Can't
Yeah, it
imagine.
was a very good experience to me at that time. Then I returned to SGS when I finally finished at 2017. And
Yes.
in 2018, I started with my own business, with my own consultancy company that it's called
Okay.
FSar Consulting. But I met my colleague Luis Saucedo from Mexico.
Yes.
He's my sensei, as I said to him. And my sensei Luis introduced me as a regional director for Trust Guardians. Trust Guardians is a certification body
Yes.
based in Mexico. And now we are looking for the accreditation to become a BRCGS certification
Okay.
body. Okay, very good.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
thank you so much. It's a
Thank
very
you.
interesting path that has brought you to where you are today.
Thank you.
So, what do you see as some of the challenges in the food industry today?
Well, in the food industry and especially in Latin America, every day we face a lot of challenges, okay?
Yes.
Because one of the first challenges that we have faced for a lot of years was the lack of food, okay?
Oh,
Especially after the Second World War.
yes.
Uh, but it's funny because Argentina was considered the harvest of the world,
Yes,
okay?
that's what I
At
know
that
of
time, okay?
Argentina.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as the population is still growing, I think one of the main challenges is how we can feed the whole population. And Latin America is not far away from the overall problem in the world. But besides that, I think one of the main challenges that we are facing right now is related to food fraud because we
Okay.
still are facing a lot of food fraud, especially in the products that we are more familiar with, such as the olive oil, I could
Yes.
say. In Argentina, there are a lot of fraudulent activities every
Okay.
single month that are
Yes.
reported by the regulatory authority,
Okay.
especially in olive oil.
Yes.
And I think one of the other challenges that we are facing right now is how we aware our consumer in terms of what information can we put on a product label, okay?
Okay.
Labeling as in Argentina and also in Latin America has been improving through these years, okay? And especially in creating this or trying to enhance this awareness to the consumer in
Okay.
terms of the consumer be smarter than before,
Yes.
be more conscious on what they
Okay.
are eating, okay,
Yes.
and what they are buying in terms of the nutritional facts, in terms of the allergens, and in terms of the essential information that our consumers should have in front of their eyes when they decide what they are buying. Okay.
Right. Right.
In
So
Argentina, I
I
think,
am going
yeah.
to ask you too. So for new university graduates, what kind of advice would you give them?
Okay. Well, being a food engineer or a food science technical people in Latin America is really hard because I don't know if you share the same idea, especially now that you are based in this North America and this Latin American part of North America. It's really funny how companies are not are trying to avoid to recognize, for example, a quality manager in their companies, okay? And I tell the new graduates and my colleagues, okay? So if you have been working for this company, in this company for many years, okay, and you are just the sub manager or just the quality supervisor, and why do you have production managers, financial managers, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
on? So, and I could say that this encourage new graduates when they think that when they graduate, they will not be well paid. Okay. And I think that for a food science professional, being well paid in accordance to the rest of the common professions or
Yes.
the all professions, I could say production, financial, accountability, human resources, and so on, we are at the same level, at least. And I
Yes,
could
of
say
course.
it's
Professionally,
even,
yes.
yeah, I could say it's even more important for in certain companies,
Yes.
the professionalism of these quality
Yeah,
people,
quality food
yeah, in
safety.
order
Yes.
to manufacture a safe food. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what can we do? Well, that's the magical question, and we will talk about that some more. I'm afraid we have to stop right now, but thank you so much, Federico. We really appreciate your participation in the show today, and best of luck out there with FSar getting your accreditation.
Yeah.
And thanks again for joining us on Talking to Food Safety Professionals.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Please hit the like button, like our video, and remember to subscribe to the channel Food Safety Smart so you can be notified every time we interview another amazing food scientist. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you.